மியூசிக் வந்து ஒரு ஹியூமனோட லைஃப்பில் எந்த அளவுக்கு வந்து இம்பாக்டபுளாக இருக்குது அப்படின்னா ரொம்ப வியக்கத்தக்க விஷயம் நான் வந்து படித்து தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டேங்க. எஸ், உங்களுக்கு பிடித்தமான இசையை நீங்கள் கேட்கும்போது நம்மளோட மூளை பார்த்திங்கன்னா ஒரு விதமான கெமிக்கலை ரிலீஸ் பண்ணுது, டோபமைன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. அது ரொம்ப பெரிய இம்பாக்ட் நம்மளோட மூட் மேலே பாசிட்டிவான ஒரு எஃபெக்டிவ் இம்பாக்ட் அது கொடுக்குதுன்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. அது மட்டும் கிடையாது, இப்போ பார்த்திங்கன்னா ஒரு ஃபாஸ்ட் பீட் மியூசிக் நீங்கள் கேட்குறீங்க அப்படின்னா வந்து அது வந்து உங்களுடைய ஹார்ட் பீட் ரேட்டை, உங்களோட பிளட் ப்ரெஷர் ரேட்டை கூட இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணும் அப்படின்ற மாதிரியான விஷயங்கள்லாம் வந்து நான் வந்து ஆர்டிக்கலில் படித்தேன். என்னடா இவன் சம்மந்தமே இல்லாமல் திடீர்னு மியூசிக்கை பற்றி பேசுகிறான் அப்படின்னு நீங்கள் நினைக்கலாம். எஸ் பீப்புள், இன்றைக்கி நம்மளோட vlog எதை பற்றி இருக்க போகுது அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு மியூசிக் இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்டல் செல்லிங் ஷாப் ஸ்ருதி மியூசிக் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. ஸோ அங்கே தான் நம்ம போய் ஃபுல்லாகவே அந்த இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட்ஸை பற்றி கேட்டு நம்ம தெரிஞ்சு எக்ஸ்ப்ளோர் பண்ண போகிறோம். ஸோ பீப்புள், வாட்ஸ்அப் இந்த ஒரு புது நாளில் ஒரு புது நச்சோட உங்கள் எல்லாரையும் சந்திக்கிறதுல நான் ரொம்ப மகிழ்ச்சியோட, அதே மகிழ்ச்சியோட நீங்கள் இருப்பீங்கன்ற நம்பிக்கையோட இந்த vlog நம்ம ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாம். கம் ஆன், லெட்ஸ் கெட் இன்டு தி vlog. So viewers, உள்ள போயிட்டு கேட்டு தெரிஞ்சுக்கலாம் வாங்க. Hi bro.
Hi Krish.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Yeah, good bro. Thank you. So இன்னைக்கு பாத்தீங்கன்னா bro தான் நம்ம கூட எல்லாத்த பத்தியும் நம்ம கூட எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ண போறாங்க. So what's your name bro?
My name is Akshay.
Akshay. Okay. Here Akshay is with me. So he's going to explain all about this shop. Come, let's get into it bro.
Hi. I'm Akshay and I'm going to be showing you around our store. Not only me alone but with my whole team. So this is our Indian instrument section. If you guys look around, this is the Veena section. So little about the Veenas will be told by Mr. Venkatesh over here. He's been with us for the past 20 years, Venki sir?
Yeah, 25.
25 years. So he's been around for 25 years and he's been a part of everything. So he's going to explain a little about the Veenas.
வணக்கங்க, என் பேர் வெங்கடேஷ். நான் இந்த கடையில் 25 வருஷமாக இருக்கிறேன். ஸோ இப்போ நான் வந்து கர்நாடிக் செக்ஷன் தான் நான் தான் பார்த்துட்ருக்கேன். வீணை அண்ட் வயலின், ஹார்மோனியம்லாம் நான் தான் பார்த்துட்ருக்கேன். இப்போ பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஜென்ரலாக வீணை பார்த்தீங்கன்னா தஞ்சாவூரில் தான் மேனுஃபேக்சர் பண்ணுறாங்க. ஸோ 2 வெரைட்டி ஆஃப் வீணை இருக்குது. ஒன்று ஆர்டினரி வீணை சொல்லுவாங்க, இன்னொன்று ஏகாண்ட வீணை சொல்லுவாங்க. இப்போ ஆர்டினரி வீணைனா ஜாயிண்ட் இருக்கும், இங்கே ஒரு ஜாயிண்ட் இருக்கும், இங்கே மேலே ஒரு ஜாயிண்ட் இருக்கும். ஸோ இது பேர் வந்து ஒட்டு வீணை கூட சொல்லுவாங்க தமிழில். இதுதான் பேசிக் மாடல். ஸோ அதில் கார்விங் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். இதுதான் கார்விங் பண்ணியிருக்கு வீணை. ஸோ இதில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா உள்ள டீப்பாக பண்ணியிருக்கேன், லைட் காரிங்கும் இருக்கும். இது ஆக்சுவலாக லைட் காரிங் ஏகாண்டன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. இதில் டீப் கார் ஏகாண்டம் கூட இருக்குது, பட் ரைட்டும் இப்போ எங்ககிட்ட இல்லை. ஓகே, இது வந்து ஏகாண்ட வீணை சொல்லுவாங்க. ஏகாண்ட வீணைனா ஜாயிண்ட்டே இருக்காது. பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இங்கே இருக்கிறதோட இந்த இடத்துல பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஜாயிண்ட்டே இல்லை, டாப் டு பாட்டம் ஒரே மரத்தில் செஞ்சது தான் ஏகாண்ட வீணைன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. இது 2 வெரைட்டி தான் இருக்குது.
So guys, like Mr. Venkatesh showed you like the different ways of playing the violin, I'm going to tell you the different violins you can get. So basically you can either find Indian violins or imported violins. This one is an Indian violin, a very popular brand called Slovakia that makes some pretty nice violins in India. The other ones you can find, basically you have brands like Filbert, Havana, Sander. You have some other high-end brands like GB&A, Hofner, which are German violins. So basically what changes in acoustic instruments, it's all about the wood. So as your brands and your prices go higher, the wood quality changes, which impacts on the quality of your tone. Now there is also something called an electric violin, which we have. So if you see this one, now again, as I told you, you can get Indian as well as imported ones. This particular one is handmade by our own luthiers, who is Mr. Venkatesh's brother himself, who makes these violins, and they're made out of cedar wood, Indian cedar, which affects an amazing tone quality. Probably we can try this out when we plug it in.
இதுதான் வயலின். இது வயலின் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரெண்டு வெரைட்டி பிளேயிங் இருக்குது. ஒன்று வெஸ்டர்ன், இன்னொன்று கர்நாடிக். ஸோ இதுக்கு என்ன வித்தியாசம்னா எல்லாத்துக்குமே ஒரே டைப் வயலின் தான். என்னென்னா ஸ்ருதி மட்டும்தான் மாறும். ஸோ கர்நாடிக்னா சாப்பான்னு ஸ்ருதி சேர்ப்பாங்க. வெஸ்டர்ன்னா EADGன்னு ஸ்ருதி சேர்ப்பாங்க. ஸோ இதுதான் டிஃப்ரெண்ட். பட் பிளேயிங் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரெண்டும் ஒரே மெத்தட் தான். நான் வந்து ஒரு ஸ்கேல் வாசிக்க போகிறேன். அதாவது சரிகமா பதனிசான்றதை ஒரு சிம்பிளாக உங்களுக்கு வாசி காட்ட போகிறேன் இந்த சவுண்டு. ஸோ இந்த சவுண்ட் கேட்டிங்க. இது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இது கர்நாடிக்கும் ப்ளே பண்ணியிருக்கேன். இதே நம்ம EADG டியூன் பண்ணால் வெஸ்டர்ன் டைப்லையும் ப்ளே பண்ணலாம். இப்போ அதையும் நான் சாம்பிள் காட்டுறேன். ஸோ வெஸ்டர்ன் ஸ்டைல் வாசிக்கிறேன். இதுதான் அந்த வெஸ்டர்னோட ஸ்டைல். பட் ஸ்ருதி மாத்திட்டா போதும், வெஸ்டர்ன் அவ்வளவுதான். கர்நாடிக்கும் வெஸ்டர்ன்.
Next up, in Indian instruments classify as harmoniums. In harmoniums again you have types of harmoniums and depending on the quality. So basic difference would be single reed, double reed, which means number of reeds. Again, harmoniums are all acoustic instruments. With the price going up, again, like I mentioned before, the quality of the wood improves and the quality of the reeds this time is what is used to produce the sound, which we will just hear in a minute. So in Indian instruments, like you guys know, there are a whole other bunch of stuffs also, like tablas, dholaks and more other items. If you want to find any of the Indian instruments that you like, definitely come here and check them out. So from here starts our guitar section. Now we are authorized service center in Tamil Nadu for Yamaha guitars, which is why we have a separate section for Yamaha guitars. Now these right in the front are Yamaha classical guitars, so they're basically different from the regular guitars that you can find. So they have nylon strings and the whole style of playing is different, like something like that. You play it with your fingers. Now again we have a full range of guitars, guys, so if you could just walk along with me. This is the entry level range. We have some more high-end instruments over here. So like I told you with acoustic, always about the wood. So even over here the wood gets better. You have selection of mahogany, cedar, and over here starts our acoustic guitar section. So I can proudly say that Yamaha themselves have started a factory in number Chennai, Mahabalipuramla or factory potrukanga. These guitars are made out of the Indian factory. Now you can find these anywhere, very budget friendly for the Yamaha brand name. So very basic guitars for beginners, they're very good. And if you can move on, so the next type of guitars in Yamaha, you can find something like this. This is called a semi-acoustic guitar. Now this is little more professional level, little more expensive. So the number connect panniyo play panna speaker le, and very good in terms of Yamaha branding and quality. So inge pathina there's something called a separate guitar. This is called a solid top. So on the guitar, if you see, there's two ways of constructing it. So one with laminate woods, which is like different piece of thin plywood pasted together, or you will have solid wood guitars, which means the whole part of each side of each part is made out of one piece of wood. Now generally you can find solid tops, which definitely have better tone quality, and as they age also they get much better. This is the most basic solid top guitar in Yamaha. So as I was saying, anything that you want in terms of guitar, I can proudly say that at Shruthi Musicals you can find one of the best guitars, which was my initial motive to even start working over here. So you have the most high-end guitars as well as the most affordable guitars. Now this, we enter the range of electric guitars, but before that I want to show you something interesting. It's called a silent guitar. This one number studio la use panla for live sessions. Why it is called a silent guitar? Because there is no frame, there is no wood on it, like it's just a frame. So it connects now like an electric guitar to a speaker, but it will sound like an acoustic guitar. So this is our Yamaha electric guitar section. Right now we're pretty low on stocks because due to lockdown, lot of stocks have been coming in. So a couple of models, we have Yamaha electric. This is more of the beginner's guitar. You can find this for around 16 to 17,000. And here you have a slightly more expensive one which goes for around 36. Now basically the type of guitar changes, which we will go in more detail on the other side. This is again in the Yamaha section. It's the last, it's the Yamaha bases that we have. Again, right now we only have a couple of models in stock. Now this is the section where our store specialty starts. So these are again all the other bass guitars that we have in various other brands, ranging from, we have ESP Ltd, which is a Japanese brand. We have Sterling Music Man, which is an American brand and pretty high-end instruments. We have Vintage, which is a very nice budget-friendly brand which has amazing guitars, guys. I personally own a vintage guitar as well, so definitely would swear by that brand. And yeah, so we have bass guitars, and moving on, this is where we start our electric guitars. Electric guitars, again, like I told you, we have a whole wide range of brands. Whatever brands you guys can think of, you can find it over here. So on top basically is our more mid-range section. So anything little more popular, if you want to treat yourself to something good in terms of instrument, you can find it from the top range. The range below is more of the budget-friendly range of electric guitars. Again, we have a wide range of brands starting from Fender, ESP, Sterling, Ibanez, Jackson, and again, like I told you, vintage guitars are sort of our specialty, which has some brilliant guitars in all kinds of body shapes if you want. So now I'm going to just talk about little about the different shapes of the guitars and how they are different. So if you look at this is called a Stratocaster. It's one of the most oldest designs and the default electric guitar shape, which comprises of basically 3 single coils, pickup switch, and in tone wise it will be very nice, which we will show you very soon. And second up we have the Telecaster. Now this one is the very first design of the electric guitar ever made. It's just like a piece of wood. Now again, in instruments, wood plays a huge role, guys. So this is something called alder wood, that is ash, and there are just so many varieties of woods that you can find on guitars itself. And moving on, which is another favorite shape of mine, is this one. This is called a Les Paul, traditionally used more for hard rock music, little more heavy metal, slow blues, whatever. But these are they're called the fat lady in the guitar world because they are super heavy. This is our special range of guitars. Now these are all very high-end instruments from the top brands. Most of them are American and Mexican made guitars over here, and also Indonesian. So the green one that you see over there, that is a original Fender made in USA professional series Stratocaster. Now that ranges for anywhere between $140,000 to, if I don't know when you're seeing this video, so it can even be higher when you were watching it. And the one before that in the sunburst finish, that is a Jimi Hendrix Stratocaster. So a lot of you who have been following older rock music will be really happy with that. That's an original Jimi Hendrix signature series guitar. And this is also a very interesting brand, the orange Telecaster over there. That's a brand called GNL, which is again made by the original founder of Fender, Leo Fender, who made a whole bunch of other brands like Sterling Music Man over here, and GNL was his last brand that he worked with. So a lot of history connected with these brands. So this is a very small and sweet drum section. Now because of the space constraint that we have a little over here, we don't have a bunch of drum sets on display, but this again is a very popular brand called Tama. Again, you can, if you guys are into the whole music scene, these may be very popular to you. And over here we have the more beginners, entry-level brands. Havana you can find very popular amongst the entry-level students. This is our section of entry-level acoustic guitars. So now budget ke eta madri, any price range you guys want to start with playing, you can find it over here. Now guitars, there's one very small aspect that you have to pay attention, guys. Nariya pair, what happens, they come into the store, they tell us, oh, we see online it is so much cheaper, then we come here it is slightly more expensive. The whole idea is, when we buy a guitar, we should always play it and see, because for each person a guitar is going to be different. Your comfort differs, your spending capacity differs, on what quality instrument you want. Like I told you before also, with acoustic instruments the price only reflects in your quality. Now the quality is all about the wood and the playability of it. So don't worry, whatever range you have, if you come to Shruthi Musicals, I assure you that you can find an instrument well playable in whatever price range you want to spend and get a very good experience of buying your own guitar for the first time, which is the most important thing, because it's just not a piece of wood or an instrument that you're buying. It's like a friend you're getting along with you, and it's gonna stay with you as long as you wish to. This is a very unique instrument and very hard to find, at least in our city. It's called a banjo. It's an Asian instrument authentically played by Chinese, because the sound of it, I'm pretty sure you would have heard the sound in your car. This is where our range of high-end acoustic guitar starts. So we have many of the other popular brands like Martin. They are the ones who made the acoustic guitar what it is today. Very popular amongst. And other few brands that I would like to highlight is Breedlove. They also have some very nice acoustic guitars. And as always, on this section of our store, you can find acoustic guitars ranging right from, say, 15,000 going up all the way to 50 to 60,000. So even in the case of style and stage presence, we have you guys covered with a whole range of straps that you can find for your guitars and other string instruments that you need, ranging right from these really nice looking leather straps to the most colorful jacquard straps you can find. Anything you need, guys, like I've been saying. So Shruthi Musicals can be the place where you find your right instrument for yourself. So this is the top floor of our store, where we have a very sweet jam room where people can come and also practice, and also we have a music school, because we want to give the whole experience, guys. It's just not about selling instruments and all those kind of things. It's about making you a musician. When you come into the store, when you come into the school, we want to aspire you to pick up an instrument and make it your own. As different ways of making music are coming into play, a lot of people don't really go for instruments right now. The whole technology has taken over, so even in that area we have you covered. So we have a whole range of studio production equipment ranging over here, with obviously the most popular brands like Audio-Technica, Focusrite, Behringer, and so many other more. So even in that case, if you guys want something to start off with in terms of production, we have you covered over there also. So this is our counter, guys, and again a whole new place to check out more gear for yourself, ranging right from guitar pedals and processors to different tools for your instruments, right down to the smallest instruments that you can find, like the harmonicas, recorders, and a whole bunch of other fun stuff. And of course, we do specialize with guitars, so a super wide range of guitar strings right behind me, ranging from the most highest ones to the most affordable ones. So, feel free to come in, meet us, and jam with us anytime, and we'll see you all very soon. 1, 2, 3, 4.
பார்த்துருப்பீங்க, கண்டிப்பாக எக்ஸைட்டடாக ஃபீல் பண்ணியிருப்பீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஸோ நான் வந்து பிகினிங் ஆஃப் த வீடியோவில் மென்ஷன் பண்ண மாதிரி இந்த vlog-ஐ, இந்த ஒரு வீடியோவை எல்லா மியூசிஷியன்ஸ்க்கும், எல்லா கிரேட் மியூசிக் கம்போசர்ஸ்க்கும் நான் டெடிகேட் பண்ணுறேன். ஸோ வியூவர்ஸ், இதே மாதிரி இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங் வீடியோஸோட நான் நெக்ஸ்ட் உங்களை சந்திக்கிறேன். Until then, this is Krish signing off. எப்பவுமே நான் சொல்கிற மாதிரி stay happy, stay safe, life is beautiful. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. So viewers,